I'm happy to be leaving the dock. It was a pretty potent time in Nanaimo, I'll say it like that. Lots of socializing, lots of coordinating, lots of stuff on and off. Happy to be back to being simple, having one task, sailing.
Well, just as we got going here, the wind died, so we're motoring the 2.5 miles that we're going, at least for now. We may end up spending the night there if there's no wind. But Kat is keeping herself busy, putting up the cockpit guards, spray guards, or whatever you want to call these things. They're kind of enormous. What do you say, Kat? What do they look like? Sea Dream, there it is. They're huge. Oh, these little guys? They just came out, like there's literally millions of them. Weird. So we just got to Pilot Bay here on Gabriola, and with the warning of a fellow that just decided to leave, there's like a lot of flies around here. There's like, yeah, a couple thousand probably on the boat already, and tons of dead ones in the water. And these ones like are kind of walking around, batting us a bit, and dying, it seems. They don't look like they're doing so well. Mostly little guys and some bigger ones. Must be a breeding thing, maybe? Or, I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, we're gonna get off the boat, away from all the flies. And it's raining! That's weird. Yeah. I don't know if you can see them on the camera here in the water, but wow, there's a ton. I'm gonna go visit my dad and stepmom on shore, who have a little lot just up from the water, and get off the boat. So, I'm gonna put the camera down now. Bye for now. Well, here's the leftover of the fly carnage. And they seem to be waking up with the sun. Some are dead, I think, from the heavy dew last night. Kind of wakes them up. It's weird though, there's a lot of flies on the boat. We're gonna have to clean up. Otherwise, it's a beautiful morning today. Still smoky across the way, but we're kind of on the edge of it, I think. Just waiting for the breeze to kick up, and then we'll go sailing. Yeah, we're just motoring out of the wind. It's just a distinct wind line, like whitecaps, just beyond us. So we're gonna head out to that and get the sailing going on this smoky day with a few boats out sailing as well. We're eating chips and sitting here while the hydrovane steers. I'm getting pretty close to Silva Bay, and then our anchorage for the night. It's been a lovely little sail. It's been kind of slow at times, but we're going a nice little 4 knots.
It's been pretty consistent for, huh?
Yeah, pretty steady.
Yeah. This is where we were just about a year ago on our first mega date.
Mega date number 1!
It's pretty fun.
And so yeah, we're heading back there. It's gonna be lovely. It's a beautiful, generally calm spot. Quiet, there's no roads, there's no people on Valdez really.
We'll be swimming.
Showering with our spray guards up for privacy.
Ooh.
We are approaching the Flat Top Islands and gonna sail right through the intricate channels because the wind looks like it's flowing nicely through here. Current is in our favor, gonna help us into Kendrick Island right by Gabriola Pass. Might be a little bit spicy towards there, but we'll see. I have sailed on an anchor in here, which is kind of an exciting spot to do it, but we'll see what we get ahead of here. Well, now that we're around the corner and in these tight waters, the wind piped right up, probably like ripping around the corner and accelerating, but we're going real fast and just about at anchor. In a tubing, having a good old time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I need to get a flamingo.
Cuties, yeah. Yeah. so fun.
One boat. And we're gonna do the old down to the rope situation. We're sailing into Kendrick Island anchorage here. Gonna sail onto anchor, no problem. Nice little breeze, heading straight in, so Cat's forward to getting the anchor ready to go. And then as soon as we find our spot, we'll just turn and drop it, and drop the mainsail. An evil log. Looks like our boat's actually trying to go ram it here. So these are these logs that the forest industry tows in log booms, and then they get lost and they float around. And this thing is like 2 inches above the water. If there's any kind of chop, how are you supposed to see that? It's really scary and ridiculous. And what a weird way to be like have a product that you're going to try and sell, but you're just okay with like losing a bunch off the back of the booms to float around and up beaches. And then ironically, you're not allowed to harvest these off the beaches. They just sit there and usually don't get salvaged by the log salvagers or by the company. Anyhow, we are anchored here at Kendrick Island now after a successful sail onto anchor. That was pretty fun looping around and just ended up right in the perfect little spot here.
All right, we'll just put the new old Honda engine on our new old dinghy and we'll see if it wants to start.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah, baby, yeah. Second pull.
These little engines are pretty sweet. They're super simple, they're loud because they're air cooled, but that makes it like one less thing. There's no impeller, nothing like that. There's also no gear, it's just on. And so it will, like, the prop will stop spinning, but there's no reverse in this thing. You just spin it all the way around if you need reverse. For a dinghy like this, you don't really need reverse necessarily, so let's go! Alright, so I'm walking ahead slightly because there's lots of spider webs and Kat doesn't want to get them on her face, so I'm doing it.
Thank you.
Yep. And we are walking on the trails towards the old homestead here on Valdez. You'll see this spot in a couple of my really old videos from a few years back. Maybe it'll be up in the corner here. I'll put the link up there. People do that, right? Let's try that out. There it is. Click if you want to see an old version of me with short hair. And videos that are not very good. Hopefully these ones are a bit better. Anyways, this is a lovely old homestead for the folks that haven't seen the Valdez Wakes Cove edition of Cedar McClyde. And yeah, it's just this beautiful spot where apparently a lady lived on her own and she raised sheep and there's some apple trees and stuff. I'm sure there was veggie gardens. Some of the family still owns a few portions of the lot, but the rest of it was turned into parkland. So this is Wakes Cove Provincial Park here on Valdez Island. Or is that the old homestead site here with the old farm stuff? And the little cottage up ahead, we'll go check it out again. It's in some of my older videos, but I always love coming back here. It's a real special spot. Really close to where I grew up. I grew up like not even a kilometer as a crow flies from here across Gabriola Passage.
A nice old mom maple.
Looking healthier than last year. None of that mildew on the maples like there was last year. So crispy and dry here at the end, near the end of August. And see a little cabin. Old grapevine that's still growing. There's little spitsy grapes on it. Yeah. Let's see if they're. Oh, I think they're very hard still. They ain't ripe yet. These must be fall ones. Super sour.
Woo!
The grapevine looks like it's doing pretty good considering it's probably not been maintained for a really long time. I think the deer maintain it. They keep it trimmed, but it stays watered, I think, because it's in this little kind of depression here, and just down there is a little well, little surface well. Yeah, a little bit of fresh water right here, even in August. But the deer come down here for drinks. Ooh, yeah, it's water. It's telling us not to go near the well, I guess. Better get out of here. Here's the big old walnut tree. Kind of flopped over, but still growing. And there are walnuts on it. There's one. I don't think they're ready until later into the fall. They kind of naturally open up, I think, and then spit their actual seed out. But you can crack it open and see what's in there. Find a rock.
Oh my gosh, it's a hard slab.
Just on the ground. Good morning from Kendrick Island. We made coffee, but we're not going to show you us making it. It's a secret. You'll have to watch other channels for that. But we're just going for a little stroll here before we start making way across the strait to Point Roberts. There's a little breeze out there. Nice to see. And there is a forecast for it to pick up some. So we'll see if that happens. This is a beautiful little stroll here. And nice to be out here. Lots of sailboats out. I think slack tide's right about now. The buffet is open for all these gulls and oyster catchers. Nice low tide in the morning to start their day. Wasp going for the camera. And a huge clump of sea stars. Looking good. They had this wasting disease a while back that almost completely decimated them, but they're doing pretty good here. So Kat really loves otters, and there's one right here we're gonna go check out. There it is. Oh, this is special. Oh, there's two, there's three. Oh, you can see them hunting.
Sit down so we don't look as big.
Bye-bye, Kendrick. It's a beautiful, peaceful stay here. Super calm overnight, and we're happy to be getting cruising though and getting towards Bellingham, and then our eventual trip to Mexico. So stoked. Powering out to the wind line and the unknown. We still can't see the mainland because of the smoke that's hanging on. It's sort of like we're on the edge of it right here. We're gonna be driving out into it. Boomer hat. Nice. We have the hydrovane all set up, and it is doing a great job. We're steering on a really nice course straight for Point Roberts, or for where the US border is, so we can clear customs, hopefully on the row map. Still can't see mainland, but if this wind is steady for another 20 minutes, half an hour, we'll definitely get the spinnaker up. We'll give it a chance to build if it wants to. What did we just do?
Well, you put up the spinnaker.
No, we did.
We put up the spinnaker.
Yeah, and now we're going like 5 knots.
Yep.
Pretty much the direction we want to go. It's just beautiful out here. Wouldn't you say so?
I would say so. You can just barely see things on the horizon.
So there's some other boats. Not seeing any land yet across the way. We will in a little while. Here across the mighty Strait of Georgia.
Arr.
Arr. Extreme comfort on the bridge deck. observe the cat curled up upon the cushions that she crafted for this here bridge deck on the westerly. Oh, and I hear the whale again. There's a whale somewhere out there going whoo, whoo. Can't see it yet though. Slow and steady. Hopeful that the wind will pipe back up just a little bit more. Even 5 more knots would have us buzzing along, but we're doing fine. 2-3 knots. Might be a bit of a slow day to Point Roberts, and hopefully to Susha, but oh, I'm saying Susha wrong. Susha. Susha Island in Washington. But it's seeming like Point Roberts might be the place we end up this evening at this current rate. But that's sailing, right? The wind picks your destination sometimes. Alright, coming at you live from kind of in the middle of the Strait of Georgia here. The wind has calmed right down and we are currently drifting 1 knot north. We're trying to go south with the tide. But there is a humpback hanging out. It got pretty close to us on its last little surface. There's a little bit of wind up ahead here, so just gonna hang tight for a bit, see if the wind comes up. We're 20 miles out from Point Roberts, so I really don't want to have to motor that, but we have lots of daylight left, so we can just kind of hang out here in the middle of the strait and see what comes our way. We are employing some extreme light wind sailing tactics here. It'd be nice to have a whisker pole, which we are going to purchase, because the spinnaker pole I have, the claws are all screwed up, and it costs more money to buy new ones than to get a whole new pole, at least a used one. But just trying to catch this little bit of breeze that's kicking up now.
Go on.
Keep going. Good. There we go. Okay, after a probably 2-hour lull. Oh, 2 humpbacks up ahead. Yeah, got whales around here, which is nice. But after a 2-hour lull, the wind has come back up and we're pointing where we want to go, going 2.5 knots. Current's against us still, but it's going to be subsiding and then turning our favor in the next hour and a half here. We were just nice and patient and waited for the wind to come back, and it did. And it's filled in everywhere, and hopefully it's going to strengthen just a wee bit, and we'll be on our way. Have you seen this before?
Further away.
There's 2 of them doing it right now, I think. One straight ahead.
Steady. Oh.
Whoa!
Wow!
After a whole bunch of slow downwind sailing, we are motoring because we were just not making much ground. We had a little blast of 3-4 knots for like 20 minutes when those whales came by, and that was really sweet. But now it's just been so slow, 1 knot, something like that. Flat out here, and there's obviously nowhere to anchor out here in the middle of the Strait of Georgia, so we're gonna motor into Point Roberts, clear customs, spend the night there, and then carry on. So we entered the U.S., sort of. In this little triangle here of U.S. waters, right by Swanson. Got denied on the road map. I probably entered it too soon, and it wasn't like triangulating that we were right in the United States. So the guy told us just to try again when we're right outside the marina or whatever, and they should be able to approve it lickety split.
I just cooked up the rest of our potatoes and onions so that we can keep them and not have to throw them overboard.
Yeah, and just running the gauntlet here by the ferry terminal. It's like 3 ferries coming and going at the same time, but we were able to weave through them, no problem. And we'll be at Point Roberts in like half an hour or something.
Coming into Point Roberts was pretty uneventful. After a few hiccups, we were able to clear customs by phone, and then we went and found a place to dock. Surprisingly, the marina didn't have anyone on staff on Sunday and Mondays, and so we couldn't get a hold of anybody. We couldn't find out where to pay or get assigned to a slip, so we ended up staying on just a little dock by the fuel dock, and that was the night. Coming up next time on Sailing Cedar McClyde, we awake to another smoky morning with a good breeze, but the shift in the weather is coming as we head to Susha Island. We head to shore as the rain starts to pour down, and then some thunderstorms start rolling through that kept on going through the night. With thunderstorms still rolling around, we make the trip to Bellingham hasty. After a very fast and fun finish to the day, we settle in Fairhaven where we do our final preparations for our trip to Mexico. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this channel, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, and leave some comments. We love reading them and it helps out the channel too. If you really love these videos, check out our Patreon page where you can support us directly. Bye for now.